unemployment right now is just insane. I personally have been looking for steady work. Officially, I count this as my official start when I really got serious about looking for stable work was in January of 2009. We are in August of 2011 right now, and I'm still looking for work. And it's funny, like whenever I tell people that I'm looking for work and I can't find a job, almost always, unless they're unemployed themselves and in the same spot that I'm in, then they don't. But usually everyone just assumes that I'm either not trying hard enough, or I'm just not trying something that's obvious and right in front of my face, and they just assume it's like they think, oh, you can't find a job, like what's wrong with you, like you're just not applying enough, you're just not getting out there enough, you're not trying hard enough. Have you tried this place, have you tried that place? And it's like, come on, really? I mean, I've been trying all those things and more. They're like, have you tried the internet? And I'm like, yes, I've tried Craigslist, I've tried Snag a Job, I've tried all these different sites. I've gone out in person. I've I've went on company websites, filled out their online applications. You know, you have with some of these big corporations, you have to make a sign-in ID and password. Then you apply for a job, and they give you this stupid personality assessment test, which I think is just bullshit. They ask you all these things like it's maddening when the courts let guilty criminals go free, and then they give you like strongly agree, slightly agree, disagree, slightly disagree, strongly disagree, something stupid like that. They just ask you all these questions, and it's just really that. I mean, some of them I can see pertain to working somewhere, and some of them are just downright stupid or really personal. But anyway, so I spend all this time looking for work, and I actually literally from about it starts in January 2009, ends in about summer of 2010, so it ends up to about a year ago. It's a job hunt list basically, and I was keeping track of everywhere I was applying, and this list grew to be about 4 pages long, front and back, and I'm still looking for a job. And I mean, there's another thing too, like when you tell people this that don't know any better, and they're like, "Oh, what's wrong with you?" or "You can't handle it," or "You're just too stupid," or whatever they say. But I mean, the thing is, a lot of people are put down or thought less of just because they don't work, and actually this kind of borders on my other video about money. But this is about unemployment and the economy. But I mean, like you spend all this time job hunting, and you have skills, and you can't find work, and people are like, well, what the hell? And they think you're stupid or whatever. I mean, me personally, I'm a self-taught computer technician. I've been building and fixing computers since I was a kid. I know this stuff really well, and I'm I, I'm very intelligent. I can learn new things that I don't know, pretty quickly, and in most cases, uh, I'm a hard worker. I take pride in what I do. I'm very detail oriented. I, I I try to do the best I can. I consider myself a really good worker, and I've had past employers tell me that I'm really good and all this and that. So I mean, just the fact that someone like me, and I'm sure there's a lot of you other guys out there too, and girls, that just you have skills and you know how to do things. You have work experience, and you can't even you don't even get called back by McDonald's. I mean, it's really that bad. I mean, it just everywhere is like that. And another thing too, I'm starting to see more and more of this. It's quite sad, but that there's a lot of people out there that take advantage of desperate job seekers like me, and you know, they try to get you in and try to get you to work, or whatever, or pay some money up front for some kind of thing, and you get into it and get hired, whatever stupid thing. But those are really obvious ones. The more sneakier ones are the ones that say, oh, you want a job, you got a computer, whatever, you know how to do this, you know how to do that, oh, come work for me, and this and that, and you get all excited, you've been out of work for like 2 years, and you're like, oh, yeah, yeah, a job, someone's gonna hire me. And then you go in, and then that they want to work you for free, and try to say that it's just training and all this and that. And yeah, while that may be true, and this is what happened to me. I was trying to work at a computer repair shop after I tried to get a job at Best Buy's Geek Squad, and they never called me back, despite me calling and leaving messages for the manager like every 2-3 days for like a month. But I was trying to work at this other computer, just a hole in the wall computer repair shop, and basically, at first he didn't want to pay me for my beginning, my starting off working. And I told him, I was like, hey, I don't have money. I've been unemployed. I need a job. I need to work. I need to make money. So it was actually one of the managers that I spoke to, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I understand, okay," and all this and that. I also told him, I made this up. This isn't really true, but I told him, I was like, you know what? I'm completely out of money, and I'm already borrowing money from my dad for gas money. I just said that, so I told him, it's gonna cost me to work for you. And he was like, okay, yeah, I understand, and this and that. He's like, yeah, I can try and get you started at like $9 an hour. I was like, okay, cool. So I worked for about a week, and then they actually told me that I'm a really good tech, and they told me that I know my stuff, and I was actually schooling some of the other techs there on some things that every here and there. I'm not trying to say I'm like all this, but basically I know my shit. I don't know everything, but what I do know, I know very well. So I was hearing from everyone that I'm a good tech. But what happened is first of all, the owner, that's a whole other story. He would never let the managers run the AC. Uh, they, the location, he has a few locations. This location in Long Beach, and I found out later, wasn't the only one, doesn't even have its own bathroom or Wi-Fi. That their router was down. But it was this location in Long Beach and another location that didn't have a bathroom. So you basically, in the place I was working at, you had to go next door to Starbucks every time you had to take care of business. But another thing is when you're fixing a computer and having to get on the internet to do updates and whatnot, you had to get on Starbucks' free Wi-Fi. So yeah, that's a whole other story. This guy is something else. So what happened is I worked for about a week, and then he said that I wasn't, my customer service skills weren't up to par, which, yeah, that, but I'm stronger technically. So, but I mean, I still handled things okay. I just had to get used to the certain procedures. And he told me, oh, you're not doing good enough, and you're not worth paying yet right now, and I'm gonna have to not pay you until you get it down. And I'm like, what? I'm looking. I was looking for a job. I was unemployed. I don't have money. That's the whole point of me looking for a job. The whole point of working is to make money. So basically, I had to tell it to him. I was like, I can't work for free. Just flat out, I had to tell him like that. He was actually on the phone, and I kind of knew things were going to get ugly, so I actually put him on speakerphone in front of a customer. I told him just flat out, I can't work for free. I don't work for free. He was like, yeah, yeah, well, when I was first starting out in my work, I worked for free for a year. And then he goes, why? Because I wanted to learn. And I was like, yeah, well, I need to make money. So basically he was like, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I don't think we're on the same page then. And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Apparently not. So that was the end of that. And he actually hung up on me. I wanted to cuss him out, but he hung up on me. So I waited until I got home. I sent him a text message. I told him something along the lines of, good luck finding people to work for you for free. And, and then he said, I'm not worth being paid right now. And then I put all in caps, FUCKYOU, exclamation point. I just had to get it out of my system. But anyway, that's what's happening nowadays is people are out there trying to take advantage of desperate, poor, struggling, unemployed people that are really desperate to work and are taking advantage of that strong work ethic and motivation from people. Be like, yeah, come work for me. I just won't pay you for a little while, or I'll just give you really crappy wages, but a lot less than what you're worth. So that's what's happening, and I'm still looking for work. And if any of you guys out there know of anything, but that's another thing too, because pretty much all my friends know I'm unemployed. So what happens is they go out and they see a hiring sign somewhere, and they come back to me or call me or whatever, and they say, "Hey, Brian, have you tried this place? This random place has a hiring sign, and they're looking for people. Are hiring right now. Go apply." And at first, 2 years ago, I was like, "Oh, really? Yeah, where? Let me go apply right now." Now, after that's happened so much, and I'm still unemployed. Nowadays, people are like, "Oh yeah, have you tried this place? They're hiring," and I'm like, "Really?" Like, yeah, or in some cases, I'm like, "I already tried there. I already applied there like 5 times over the past like 6 months." It's just, the thing is, I'm just getting discouraged now. Like, I don't even really, I don't even really want to look for work anymore because it's just so discouraging. I'm going everywhere just applying for any position, and it's just so discouraging and depressing even. And that's another thing, long-term prolonged unemployment. I was doing some research online. Negative psychological effects start to come on, I think, even after like a week or two, something like that. And people that have been jobless and looking for like months and months and months, I think that they said anywhere like from 3 to 9 months or more, that you can actually have lasting effects psychologically from this. Because if you think about it, it's a real downer. I mean, a lot of people, they socialize at work. You go to work to make money and all that, yeah, but you also go there and usually you have friends and you socialize and get out, and it gives you a routine. But once that routine is broken and you're not around people anymore and socializing, and you're just all locked up in your house and you don't have money to go out and do anything and all this and that, it it's really psychologically damaging in a way. I did research on this recently, and people actually get, depressed and anxious, and actually people tend to live less that don't work because they just don't have a place in society to fit in, which this also kind of borders on my other video about money. You just don't fit in. You can't do anything, nothing. You go out, and if you can afford to, and you go out and you can't really do anything, you can't go out and eat, you can't take a girl out to dinner, you can't go and buy that new camera you're seeing, you can't buy that new iPhone, you can't afford gas to go and drive anywhere, you can't, it's depressing, it really is. And I know myself, I'm I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty depressed. I mean, it's just sitting there. I mean, nothing going on. No coworkers, no paycheck, no nothing. I might as well just kill myself. I'm just not that I'm really gonna do that, but I just feel so useless. I just feel like a drag on society. Like I'm in here and society is out there, and everything, people are living and doing things with money out there, and I'm just here, no money, no nothing. You know, it's really depressing, and things need to change. Yeah, that's pretty much that. So if you guys have any comments, if you're unemployed too, if you have any job leads, I'll take them with a grain of salt. I'm not going to get too excited about them, but if I'm feeling up for it, I might try applying. But I've been pretty discouraged lately. So you guys out there, if you have any input, any ideas, any comments, anything, just let me know. Shoot them to me. Don't be shy. If you like this video, if you thought it was pretty interesting, go ahead and hit that subscribe button up there somewhere. And I'm going to try to keep rolling out some interesting, good videos, hopefully pretty soon. So that's it. You guys take care. Adios.